Hello, hello, hello. I believe we are live. Welcome to Chatter Up. It's your girl Monty, Kelly, and Joy. We are about to talk about all the tea that was in Potomac. It was hot, baby. Let me play the intro and we will get into it, y'all. At least you got some friends that'll rescue her. Would y'all rescue me?
What you mean?
If they was coming to get me, would y'all come tell me and let me know?
I don't mess with the Fed.
Let's be clear.
Y'all
Literally caught.
And look. What
It sounds weird, I know, but I didn't get the feeling that I was talking to like a trash whore, low down type person.
Yeah. Really?
She
She's just a young girl.
Is it playing?
Karen.
Kenya was not a video vixen.
Okay.
Kenya was a scholar.
Now, speaking of video vixens, honey, we found out last night that Miss Robyn was a video vixen. Girl, you better do it. Oh, hey, Latoria. And then another thing before we get into Potomac, Kenya is rumored to be coming to Dancing with the Stars. So are y'all ready for her to twirl, twirl, twirl? Will y'all be watching?
Girl, she looked like she got the rhythm of a 52-year-old.
Let me tell my Miss Swirl.
Well, some older people have won because Maria Osmond was really good. And she didn't really have rhythm, but she was able to catch on real big. Erica wasn't that good. She was on there.
Erica Brody was?
Erica, yeah, they didn't like her attitude either. So she was kind of.
I just remember
snooty.
Maria Osmond passing out.
Yeah, she did pass out. She did. And I think Lisa Vanderpump did too. They said it's really hard. But anyway, let's get into it. How was y'all's day today?
It was the day.
Oh, thank you.
All right. I guess we don't look sexy, Joy. We just look bored. Thank you for it. But no, how was your day? Was it good?
It was a day. That's all sometimes that's the best I can do.
Yeah, it was just a day. Well, let's get into Potomac. Okay, so last night, it was pretty good. Did you all enjoy it?
It was entertaining.
It was pretty good.
I think they put so many clips out there. It seemed like the first 15 minutes I saw.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
I thought some of it was last week.
I think it was.
I don't think it was. No. I
was sitting there and I was like,
because they gave us already the clips
and the preview
after. Yeah. So we've seen the first 15 minutes. They used to do that. Like on a Tuesday or Wednesday of the week.
It's coming on at 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was mad. I was like, but I'll watch it again. But it started off with the clip that we thought we had saw last week. Gizelle claiming that Wendy, if she can't be thick-skinned enough, she doesn't need to be in the group. And Wendy crying on Karen's shoulder at the house. Now, there was a lot of things that I noticed in that Karen Wendy going to bed scene that was just weird to me. Did y'all notice anything that just was not weird?
Probably one of the biggest things was who goes to bed with a face full of makeup and 2 big old hoop earrings on. And if you all really believe that Wendy went to bed, I mean, she's trying to control a narrative. This is why this girl is getting faker to me every episode. She's trying to control this narrative. Y'all noticed that we didn't get to listen to Eddie's authentic reaction to what was happening.
Right, that's what I thought was weird. Because I'm sitting there and I'm like, you mad as heck. I just said, you done read her, people think you read her for filth about your marriage and your husband, and you so upset about him cheating. But when you get crying on Karen's shoulder with no tear coming out your eye. But when you
get she had crocodile tears. It was real tears. I watched it the second time.
Visine, honey. That was Visine. That was not no real tears. I don't care what nobody say. You know how they do it in the movies. But she went to bed and talked to her husband and was like, it was a rough day, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. That's because he was going to say something that she didn't
Yeah.
plan for. So that is probably this scene right here solidify how fake she is. Adding on to the fact that she pretending like she don't know how to start a business, the business already done and registered.
Right, y'all.
She wants to control her narrative. Look, and I would imagine everybody wants to control their narrative as much as possible.
Right.
But she's going to the lengths that nothing about her is authentic that we're seeing.
Yes. So you mentioned her business, and a lot of people probably didn't watch the show because it was on the tail end of Beverly Hills. So kind of let's touch on that. So Wendy went onto this season talking about, oh, I need to go to Karen for help because I don't know how to start my business. And this was when the season started in February, right, 2021.
Yeah.
Well,
they start filming in February.
Yeah.
Correct.
We don't even know when she met with Karen. It could have been after February, but it was at least by February or late. And so we looked with Detective Joy, went and looked and found out that her business was incorporated by her husband, who is a lawyer, who knows how to do a business plan, in July of 2020.
Now, I want y'all to think about this day. And this July 26, 2020 was before season 5 even aired, because season 5 aired like August. It was the first Sunday in August, whenever it was in 2020. So that means before we even met Wendy as a housewife, because we're on season 6, not 5, she had already incorporated this business. And look, I ain't even mad at her. I would have thought it was stupid of her to film a show and not have done these things.
Amen.
But to pretend like she hasn't, it's just not real.
Like, she could have came in and was like, I've got this business going. Me and Eddie are working on it. I'm so excited about Home Essentials. I love it. But to come in on this narrative of Miss 4 Degrees last year, who knows everything, and you don't really know everything, but she came.
Look, everybody don't know anything. But I mean, everybody know how to Google. You telling me I don't know how to start a business? If somebody said, how do you start a business? I really don't know those details, but I happen to be married to a man who really does have a business degree.
Right.
You're the first person that I'm going to.
Oh, to Karen first. That's why I feel like she really is trying to, like you said, she wants to be Karen's friend more than anything. But
she wants to appeal to the audience. Like, everybody keeps getting tied up in the argument that Gizelle or Robyn and even Ashley are saying that she changed. This isn't about a mommy makeover. Many women get mommy makeovers. I get a mommy makeover. It won't change my personality. It doesn't make you go from this woman that presents herself as being this academic type woman, which is nothing wrong with, to being pop, lock, and drop it. I mean, it's different.
Pop lock.
She was literally grinding in that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm sure it's women that are scholars that do. It's just drastic. It's not subtle.
It's just, and I feel like even if this is like her new change persona, people say, "Girl, you done changed." I don't know why you would get so upset. And it could have been this because we weren't there. We don't know how many times they kind of went at her because she felt like attacked, I guess. And maybe that's part of it. What do you think, Callie? Do you think they attacked her?
I wish they would not have brought it up, actually, but I don't know that I would call it an attack. She made it more attack than what it really was to me. I just posted a picture on Facebook with her crying. I can't maybe she's faking a little bit because that's the prettiest crying girl I've ever seen. She has no ugly cry face whatsoever.
And where'd you post it? In Chat Her Up or where?
In reality TV ads.
Okay, I'm gonna go get it. Yeah, because I mean, Latoya thinks she was really crying, and she could. Oh God,
I think she was really crying, but
you're a hot mess, girl.
It was very poetic. It wasn't. I don't know.
I also have another theory too.
It was Visine. That's my theory.
Ashley. Gizelle really is Ashley's friend.
Very much so. Yeah.
And I think Gizelle is trying to give Ashley something to do. Because if Ashley was being her authentic self, she would have been at home with them babies. Right. And Ashley had to make a splash because you done had babies 2 years in a row, and all I could think about is Eva being on a chopping block. She had to make a splash somehow this season, and Gizelle gave her the opportunity with this rumor stuff to make a, because it almost seems weird that that Gizelle and Robyn didn't have this conversation, but she had it with Ashley.
Yeah.
So I do wonder, is she doing that to give Ashley some conversation? Because she could very easily be on a chopping block for a scholar girl.
Yeah, because really ain't really brought in yet, but I think she will eventually.
Girl with that 10 pounds of hair in the confessional.
I know, and she's got.
I thought it was real.
I think she does have a lot of hair.
She's a beautiful girl, but that's a whole lot of hair.
I think she has some added because she has so much already that she didn't need to add it. But LaToya thinks that it was messing with her self-confidence and it was tearing another woman down. Do you think that it was tearing someone down to just tell them that? Because Robyn did use the word loose, right? Or was it?
She kind of explained it, but Wendy, she cussing like a sailor. She talked a little bit about that. She dancing. She literally had on a thong shirt. I wouldn't have said loose. I don't think that was maybe a good word, but it is weird. She's definitely not the person that we met last season.
Not at all.
I do believe that she wanted to create a different persona. One of the things that they said in the after show is that she talks in third person.
She does. They said it was
she's speaking in third person. That's some Trump stuff. That's some ego stuff. That's crazy stuff.
One-liners.
Wait a minute. Has she done it on the show? I haven't noticed it on the show. Have y'all?
It's win-win. That's win-win.
TikTok. I got time today. Like,
all I can see is that I told y'all about that. About Issa Rae on that first episode when she was in the mirror practicing that rap. Y'all know that girl practiced. I am win. I have time today. Oh, Andy, write that down. No, I'm going to use that. It's nothing about her to me this season that seems real. Nothing.
I feel like because a lot of people, if you all watch, we posted on our Chatterut page when Ashley did the interview, I think it was Entertainment Tonight, and she was saying that the guy said, because Ashley said, I feel like she just didn't like how she came across on TV, and that she just didn't like her body after having 3 babies, and the guy said, well, maybe it's because she didn't like the way she looked on TV. So so people are thinking that because she watched herself last season.
I don't believe it. She read far too many comments.
Yeah.
She read far too many comments. And nobody's expecting her to still be talking about them 4 degrees. But Wendy wanted to be taken seriously last year. That's why she kept mentioning them. This year, you're trying to go on the other end. And one of the things that Ashley said in that same interview, when he said that, which I love, she said that makes me really sad because we're picked because of our personality and what we can bring to the table. It would be sad that she would have to change her whole persona or personality to think that she needs to fit in. That this show doesn't need another Karen. We already have that. You don't need another, whatever. All of these ladies. One of the reasons I like this cast is that I even liked Wendy last year.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
Yes, she was braggadocious, but okay. She earned them degrees.
I don't think anything's wrong with showing the fun side. I think it's great to show your fun side, but they said, because I don't think they showed it all, but they were even saying like she was talking dirty a lot. She had really changed who she was. And it's okay to change, and maybe this is the real her and she's not the other Wendy, or maybe she's both. But it's just like, I think maybe Ashley was like, if this is you trying to change yourself just in your second season, that's not good, because you're still learning what you need to do and to become yourself. Just be yourself. And if this is her, I'm here for it. But
she said about Gizelle or Robyn about Gizelle, that Gizelle was miserable. Gizelle looks at her and wants the life that Wendy has. Gizelle is miserable. Wendy's not. But what I thought about when she said that is last season, Wendy said she was miserable because the job she was doing is what her mom wanted her to do, not what she wanted to do. She didn't want to be a professor at Johns Hopkins anymore. So when she said that, I'm thinking, so is it the surgery she's had that makes her no longer miserable? Because she hasn't changed her job.
Well, another thing was...
that's yes. You know what?
And another thing was, she was like, this is vindication.
With what she looked like.
Yeah. The man said on the show she must have saw herself.
No, not look like her personality.
Are you talking about
look like what she looked like? No, that's what Kathleen said.
You mean like her physical look or her?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that guy said. Maybe she saw what she looked like. She had a flat butt. She had no curves, and she didn't like the way she looked. Yeah,
I thought she had to conform to like her personality, because Ashley went on to say, that I feel sad because we're picked specifically because of our personalities.
Yeah,
what our personalities can bring. I don't think he was talking about, because they had graduated. When he was talking about her body, she was like, no, it's not just about her body. That's what she wants to focus on. Because for her, that's an easy explanation. She can explain why she did a mommy makeover for herself. That's okay. If you got the money, you're going to get it done. That's not the issue. Nobody cares about getting your body done, even getting your face done, if that's what makes you feel good. Because we know Karen had several mommy makeovers, and she looks great. Nobody argues about that. The issue is that girl wasn't happy. That's a really interesting point. Yeah, she doesn't appear happy with herself.
That's what I think it is.
Her reflection of what she thought she looked.
But people would talk about her too. They would talk about she ain't had no hips, she ain't had no butt. Look how she looking at white dress.
Oh, and
she started.
None of them really had no. All of them had. I thought, even Karen, who probably had all kind of work done, still. And I'm only saying that none of them look like, you can't pinpoint nobody's body work and say you had it done.
Yeah, they don't
maybe their boobs. I don't see any of them as plastic.
Yeah,
Karen is probably the most.
But you got her
I don't think she had her body done.
No, I don't think
Karen had her body done. She's pretty.
She hasn't.
Yeah.
That's why she had on those fishnet stockings to cover up what she didn't have tucked out and stuff. She's natural.
I don't think any of them had their body done, but her. Now I don't know if they've gotten a lip.
And Mia, don't forget about Mia.
Yeah, she plastic. Now she is plastic.
Now Mia is
a mess. She's really growing on me. She's really funny.
Did you see what she just tweeted today?
I did. I didn't. I didn't get it, but I can go get it. Oh God.
She basically was calling out
Candace.
Here. She put
let me see.
You gonna put it up or you want me to go get it?
You can go. Can y'all see it?
Tell me. Like, do a screenshot and send it to me.
Okay.
But yeah, so we got some comments. Hold on, let me go get those real quick. And then Karen has changed from season 1 to now. Yes, she has. I think sometimes the surgery does give you good self-esteem, and that's fine. And you feel better about yourself, and that's fine. And I really feel like, and I do see that Wendy did, after she had that crying night, she did have a thing with CNN. So, I mean, she still is doing her commentary and all that stuff. But I just want her to, I think I just got it. I just want her to just, and be both. I got to show you this fake cry. Hold on. Well, no, okay. I need to quit calling the fake cry.
Yeah, this message is funny, Joy.
That is some Visine. Look at that. That is one.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen that movie? Give us what when they did the one tier Denzel? Was that Glory?
I think
He did the little
so.
rising. He squished.
Look how pretty she is. Look, she don't know what an ugly cry is. That's all.
I don't want to talk about her hair too much, but
no, it's her hair is.
What is the gel?
Okay, so I told y'all about that gel. It's literally a gel that you can buy.
Okay.
It's a edge control that's actually black.
But don't edge control me on your edges?
Yeah, you can put it all over, but her hair must be thin. That's why she's playing with them braids and moving them around so much.
Yeah.
Because her hair is probably just thin.
And nothing's wrong with that. It's just it was confusing me because I was like, what? I didn't understand her braids.
Because people were saying they thought it was a wig.
That's what I thought, but Callie told me it wasn't a wig because she could see her scalp.
I was looking at the wig.
I don't think if it was a wig, I would understand it. And I'm not saying, and I'm not shaming anybody's hair because everybody's hair is different.
She needs more braids, or they need it to be shorter.
Right. She didn't want the wig because Karen got dogged for the wig. You guys, I bet she's using this Murray's Black beeswax.
Yeah. And what is that? Is that jam? Or gel?
It's kind of a gel. It's more like a wave for the guys in the wave. That's what it feels like.
Oh, okay.
But I do use it on
Let me see it again. Let me see it.
Yeah, it was her.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes if they, and I think you're right, Joy, because I'm not shaming her. I want nobody to say I am, because, you know, everybody's hair is different.
I told y'all I used it. It wasn't
you have thick hair.
I
used it.
Yeah, you have thick hair. So it's not about that and not
No, I have thick hair everywhere but around my edges.
Okay.
I got thick lobes. Like this is all me.
Yeah. And I have really thick hair. My daughter has very
nappy and thin.
So does mine.
I just was wondering about how much gel it was, but I think you are right. If she would have done them shorter, it could have been more layers and thicker.
Right, right.
And my hair is thick, but it's thin around the edges. And what makes it so bad, I've created all kinds of butters and stuff. People that I know and love who have grown edges from my product. Everybody
but you.
Everybody but me.
They use that to
for dreads?
To
twist up the dreads?
To retwist, I think is what she's saying instead of retouch. That's what you call it, autocorrect. But yeah, they probably do use that to retwist. So here's the you want to read it, Joy?
No. Oh, she said, okay, I'm a broken line ass, flip-flopping whore from Charlotte, whose husband found in the strip club where I did things that landed me all the way up in the penthouse with big ass feet. Now what?
Now what? Catch that, okay? She went from the stripper pole to a deluxe apartment in the sky like the Jeffersons. We moving on up. I ain't mad at her.
What was her thing about their feet? But y'all got to admit that was funny.
Yeah, with them big old.
I don't even remember it. I tweeted
that. I was like, girl,
you did?
Girl feet.
Bravo is so shady that they zoom in on her feet now. Y'all need to watch. They will zoom in on her feet. I think she's tall.
And to me, that's a funny read.
Yeah, that wasn't even.
That's a funny read. Yeah. It's not personal.
Nuh-uh, and so that's I'm telling you that.
Look, her baby's so pretty.
But yes,
I wonder but Candace is so tiny.
Yeah,
she probably wear a 6.
Yeah,
or a 7 or something.
I wear a 7, but yeah, them big old feet. I think Gizelle is pretty tall, so she may have bigger feet, but not as big as Mia's. So
how tall you think Mia is?
I don't know. She looks like an Amazon, but it could be her heels. She could be wearing, but she looks very tall to me.
Mm-hmm.
So what did y'all think about Michael giving Ashley that ring? I wish I had a picture of it. It seems like they're trying to change his image a lot this year.
Yeah.
Like
I thought it was sweet.
You're just give him a couple of Coronas. Give him a couple of Coronas. The real Michael would come out.
The kids run to him. Oh, you think she's 5'11"? I do think they say Giselle's almost 6 feet. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Look like it, but
she doesn't, does she? But the kids run in, the nanny's like, I don't even got to do nothing now. He's here.
I mean, that's not far-fetched, though. I mean, you can't play when a kid runs to his father. That's not inauthentic. Yeah, he
loves it.
Yeah,
I've seen showing them interact a little more, and that's what I think when I said they did that with Mariah on Married to Men. They never showed her human side. They did it to Heavenly, so you could have Heavenly go off on people, but you saw her with her kids. But you only saw Mariah arguing. So when you do expose that human side of your family loving you or your kids loving you, it kind of softens you on reality TV. But I love the ring he gave her with the birthstone.
Girl, she is 6 feet tall.
I read that somewhere.
I just Googled that. No way.
Yeah. That's what they say.
What size shoe? She has a size 12 shoe?
Who?
Mia, is it that big or what?
This one say, no, that's Gizelle.
This Gizelle is 6'1".
Wow.
I read that somewhere. And I don't know, they could be lying, because I remember when I dated a guy who played basketball in high school, they used to lie about how much he weighed and how tall he was, just because it would intimidate other people. But I don't think they would do that for Gizelle. But
and then they say that Mia is only 5'6".
No way. She looks so much better. How
Mia.
Yolanda?
But she could be like my daughter and have legs. My daughter is only 5'5", but when people see her and I say, well, she only 5'5", people be like, no way.
No way. I wish I had long legs.
My husband's legs are so long. That's what she inherited.
So that's probably what Mia is a glamazon. So what do y'all think about the I'm not going to talk about Karen without makeup. I do have a thing about it.
She looked pretty good, though. She didn't look horrible. She looked good.
Okay. And so then...
I think she was cute. I mean, she looked really good to me.
I mean, okay. So Robyn...
and this one say she's 5'10", Gizelle. They don't know how tall that woman is.
I think she's between 5'10", and I don't think she's 6 feet. But, okay, so what do y'all think about Robyn not having a hangover after all those drinks? I was shocked. And then, what did you think about the tennis match? I thought that was fun. I like to see them having fun. I wish they would.
Here's what I can say about her hangover. Video vixens learn to put up with a lot of stuff. She just haven't lost it yet. She could say her, Portia, Kenya.
Yeah, they could do. I thought Kenya was a scholar. What?
Oh, that's right. Correction. Kenya is the scholar.
Video vixen. Kenya is a star. Okay, ain't that what she said?
Kenya is a scholar. Yes, she is.
What do y'all think
but
about
those other video vixens, it's because they were on the sets all day, the video sets all day long with all the little Ciroc they could have.
Which one of them did video? Was it Robyn?
Yeah,
Robyn and Portia.
What do y'all think?
I knew Portia did. And Kenya.
And Kenya was a star, okay?
Whatever.
Kenya was there for the educational purposes only. Okay.
I saw I know the girl from Basketball Wives. I know she was.
You is wrong, Latoria.
Video garden tool.
Right, honey. We gonna get off of Miss Kenya Moore, who's gonna be on Dancing with the Stars. Y'all better vote for her. Okay.
I am. That will get me back to. I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars since and forever. I'd watch it with her on there, so I can vote.
What do y'all think about the drive back extra thing? I thought that was fun. They had a lot of little fun moments. Do you think Karen really won?
No.
Okay. And did you notice that Karen mentioned Gizelle's vagina again?
What is her obsession?
I have that in my notes too. I'm like, here we go again with the vagina. Said she was clapping her vagina in front of everybody during her video shoot.
That vagina in front of everybody. What?
That girl is obsessed with that girl private part. It is so weird.
And do you think she's obsessed with her vagina? Because I'm gonna tell you, the first one was
she keep talking about it.
The second one was Robyn coming out of her bush. The third one was when she was talking to Wendy, and she was like, Gizelle always throwing her fat vagina somewhere. And then last night she said something about her flapping her vagina when they were dancing. So why does she keep talking about her vagina?
Because somebody whispered in her ear and told her to. I do believe she got some friends, quote unquote, around her that's whispering in her ear, and they think this is a good look for her. While it last year was a little funny. This year she knows it's going on. See, last year Gizelle didn't know all of that was going on. That's why she refused to have a conversation about Jamal in front of her for real.
Right.
Because although she couldn't have admitted, but you're not going to sit up in your comments in your confessionals about me. And if you notice, and I know that everything is cut and they're cutting what they want us to see, but for whatever reason, Karen has decided to dedicate her entire commentary on camera or in her confessionals about Gizelle. That's not a good look.
It's not, but do we think it's her doing it, or do you think the producers might be
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's
a little bit of both.
I'm sure it is. It ain't no mixture. It's the producers. But she could change the narrative by simply saying, doing what Nene used to do to Kenya all the time. Kenya used to be dogging Nene and they would let it go through. But if you notice, Nene used to be like, next question. I ain't talking about her.
But yes, she did talk about her dancing. But I do think that when they was at the pool and when Rafe told her, okay, enough about Gizelle.
She's obsessed.
That shows that people are, because as soon as Ashley walked in, first she did it to me. I got my Wonder Woman outfit on because the cool with Gizelle. And then when Ashley walked in, Gizelle did this to me. And then when she got on the phone and then when she did that with Wendy, Gizelle but effing you. And she just constantly Candace, when she did this to Candace, saying, what you think about Gizelle saying something about your marriage? Like, she constantly tries to turn them. Portia said it on chat room. Looks like you're trying to turn them against Gizelle. And she could be. And I mean, that could be her mission, because Karen wants to be the face. And I think they both could be the face, but right now Gizelle is the face. She did call her big on the chat room. But that was because Karen was in there with Wendy, telling Wendy about Gizelle. She was talking bad about Gizelle, and Gizelle heard her. And she said, B, if you want to talk about me, say it to my face. That's what she said in the sneak peek. What was unseen footage that I just showed.
Yeah.
I don't know why Karen did this, but if you went back and look, they cut some stuff. Robyn did a solo dance too. I think everybody did one. If you go to Robyn's Instagram, she shows her solo dance.
Oh, she does? Oh,
yeah,
boy.
And Candace was like, Robyn really should have won. I don't know why she picked Karen.
Was that an olive branch or something to try?
Probably so. But they all did do a solo dance. They only showed Karen's for some reason. But Robyn
that would explain why Gizelle was by herself at some point. Because I saw her coming and I said, where is everybody? What happened? It was cut bad. I didn't know that everybody did it by themselves. And she does say in the after show that Robyn must have danced or something.
Yeah.
She was like, she was ready. She had about the after show. She talked about Robyn's dance.
She said, and one, honey. Karen was trying to shake her, but she did. She tried it. Everybody ain't able to twerk, but
they gave her a senior citizens pass.
Yeah, you were wrong for that.
And Gizelle can't dance either. And I was sitting here like, Karen, you talking about Gizelle can't dance. You can't dance either.
Gizelle. But Gizelle is what I see her. Everybody see her as this evil person. I see her as goofy. To me, she's silly. She is super, super silly. And that's what, like, everybody else had the moves at least together. It was like, she was like, I was there, but I wasn't there doing practice. So I remember y'all saying, oh, okay, yeah, now. Like, she was behind, 2 seconds behind everything that they did.
The only move I had was when they did this. And I was like, girl, you tried it. But
to me, she goofy. And that's one of the reasons why I liked her. Can she be messy? Yes, but but she's clumsy and messy. She ain't even she's like, to me, Karen is calculated and messy. Those are the dangerous people. The goofy, messy people, they'll get wrapped up. And Gizelle don't even lie about it. Okay, she don't even lie about it. Although Karen wants to paint her to be a liar, she's not a liar. Karen has even admitted that. She's trying to change the narrative. Gizelle don't even lie about what she said or what she didn't say.
Yeah, because she said that on one reunion. Gizelle's a lot of things, but a liar.
Liar is not it.
Talked about Karen being messy. So Karen goes to Silver County. Oh, and she gets her little key, right? And so we sit here and I'm like, why she invite Wendy? Okay, now we know. because she done set Ray up to say, baby, remember we got to talk about, Ray didn't want to talk about
it. Why would they announce at a presentation of the town that have nothing to do with your business? And Ray gets up here and announces that you having a business with candles and homosexual. Aromatherapy. I was like,
why? First of all, why husband up to do that?
Was that her first time telling us? We knew that she had something coming out with the home. So did she tell us before and we just forgot it?
She did.
Somebody said she did a long time ago. Did she say candles though? I can't remember
her saying it. But
she said and the difference, she said, which I thought was a little shade.
Oh, here we go. Say it, girl.
Hers is 1 week versus 3 weeks, right? Look at that picture. Child.
I've been waiting for somebody to say it. Y'all know I had the picture ready. And that was
1 week versus 3.
I got 6. So my sentence covers a larger area. Oh, Wendy. And Wendy didn't even seem to get mad.
Well, if she was smart, it's at that moment she knew that Karen Huger is for Karen Huger.
Exactly.
If she has a fourth of the intelligence that she tried so hard to present last season, she had to know that Karen is for Karen. Because it wouldn't have been anything wrong with her saying, girl, I'm thinking about doing candles too. What you doing?
We had that talk like, I already know about my business plan. I wrote a business plan for candles. You can do this, you can do that. But she was just like, you only got 1 paragraph? And so I was sitting there, but somebody put that all of them have candles. Mia, which wasn't hers, but she just doing it for somebody. Gizelle, Candace, and Karen. I didn't know any of this, but somebody said they looked and they're like on Etsy. I don't know.
Those are people selling their candles.
I thought they're selling and they may use them, but it's not their brand. Because I know Mia used somebody else.
Yeah.
Karen said Wendy forgot she talked. She didn't look happy, but that's why she invited Wendy, because she set Ray up, which I ain't mad because you do go through Ray, because everybody do like Ray. You set Ray up to say, baby, mention the thing. And then I'll say, oh yeah, I got this. But I was kind of proud of Karen, when you do come from a small town or any town to get
that
a key.
That town got like 6,000 people in it.
Yeah, but she got a key to it, so it happens. You know what I'm saying? What else do I have on my notes? My notes done went off. Okay, so let's get to what I call the Last Supper. Because, honey, they was having a good old time at that supper. So everybody was upset with Gizelle's dressing at the Last Supper on the Instagram and on the Facebook.
I don't know why. They wanted her to get dressed like she going to an after 5 when she just walked down the steps. Well, allegedly, they said that what's her name asked everybody to dress. I wouldn't have dressed up either. A sweater and some jeans is as good as you gonna get for downstairs.
Gizelle has really toned up her body. She looks really good. She wanted to show her stomach that night, but everybody was really
in the pool for 3 hours at a time. Gizelle in the swimming and the yoga. She's trying to get.
Yeah, they say that's what she's doing. She's exercising in the pool. That's where she gets her little. Because you remember, I want to show this because somebody was kind of upset that the girls didn't promote the swim caps. Did you all see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did. But they're really promoting it by doing it. First of all, y'all have to forget that these swim cap, this was done in March or February, possibly April. It was done in the spring. That this was way before Tokyo made that decision to take away those swim caps for Black women, because that didn't happen until the summer. So they could have mentioned and they cut it out, because I did wonder about that, because when they were saying these big old things, I can't believe that Candace wouldn't say no. It was for us. It's for our big hair, for our big thick hair. Yeah. I can't believe that she wouldn't have
got that picture because I wanted people to know that the timeline. that they were really kind of advertising his stuff, but and I think people saw it. So even when they talk about, because they dogged Gizelle's little tracksuit she had on with the pink shoes, and that thing is sold out. So even when people talk bad about stuff that they wear,
about the tie-dye blue one,
it's sold out. So
comfortable.
I mean, to me, I guess. Look, I do like Gizelle. I ain't trying to pretend like I don't. But I don't understand why, if you're on a girls' trip, that you wouldn't be comfortable. You're doing a lot of walking, a lot of moving.
It just depends on the plan. It depends on the plan.
I'll be right back.
They can't go nowhere. We still in the middle of a pandemic.
But if the I've been on girls' trips before, and we will set certain nights that will be dressed up or dressed down, just kind of depending on what we're doing. So
I can see that if you're going out.
No, we did it even to stay on the resort. I'm with you.
In the living room?
So in the living room,
it depends on what whoever was hosting that night's event, whatever they requested.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I get kind of going out, and I hear you. And generally speaking, if they were going to a restaurant, I could see them dressing up a little bit. And I guess, generally speaking, if the host asks you to do X, Y, and Z, you should. But I mean, right. I also understand my personality. I would have been the same way. I ain't finna dress up to go downstairs.
Yeah. But we don't know if Gizelle is really single. Gizelle could have a man. We just don't know. Portia could have got her African. Y'all have no idea. He just may not be right.
When I was
if she does have a man, I wouldn't put him on TV.
That's what I'm saying. She probably ain't letting nobody know.
Went to the living room. Yes, we stayed in that house. Who is she gonna meet? Between the bedroom upstairs and the living room downstairs.
But there was a man that delivered the food. He might have been.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Gizelle do not want no door danger.
He might want the Uber driver.
It depends. Maybe he was the owner of the Uber.
Because he can't get no workers right now. So he could be the man.
He could be the man.
But I thought she looked cute. I do think everybody else really was dressed up.
I thought that she looked cute. I mean, I thought it was appropriate. It was a sweater and some jeans. And some she actually had on heels. I wouldn't have had no heels. I would have had on some slides. I would have came downstairs. I have on my pajama top.
Joy, you at least got to put on some jeans.
Look, and some leggings.
When I am on a girls trip, though, I'm very comfortable. But I've never been on a one where we're just fancy unless we're going out. But if we're on a relaxing one, because even when they was at Monique's house, they all had on lounge clothes. They didn't go anywhere. They had on jogging suits. Like nobody dressed up.
A little different. That was the most boring trip that Monique hosted.
But
I mean, I'm still asleep.
I think that they did say dress up, but I think Gizelle was already dressed because I think there was a text and a unseen footage, and she was like, "I already got my jeans on," and so she didn't change. But let's get to the last
those outfits that they were wearing. I thought Candace's dress was really cute.
I thought Wendy looks really good. I thought they all looked really good.
Oh, the blue one, yeah. Hers was cute too.
I thought they did look good. So let's get to the Last Supper. So did Robyn call Juan or did Juan call her? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Couldn't really tell.
I couldn't either.
I don't know.
Couldn't tell.
But boy, baby, how non-existent relationship. Did you know we was in a non-existent relationship?
Yeah, a lot of people was like she shouldn't have done that. Do y'all think that?
No, that she did exactly what because my whole thing is Wendy came after her for no reason. Now Wendy, they claim. Well, I don't know if y'all know this. So the argument is Wendy found out about the tabloid mess because of Robyn. That Robyn actually called her initially to tell her about it when it first happened. So when she was saying, what blog, I don't think Robyn was expecting her to bring it up. So she was like, what blog? She was assuming that it was something that was new.
Because another thing is like a lot of people say that they write so many things about them that she was like, what's in there now?
Yeah. Because no, it's not that you can't say that she jumped in the argument when she went or did a round table and say, did you know? Did you know? Did you know? And she was like, no, what? That was a legitimate argument.
Yeah.
No, what?
It was.
About the blog. Even what's the name said, I don't know nothing about Eddie. And she's like, no, what? And keep in mind that Robyn really was drunk.
Well, they were all drunk. They were all drunk.
Yeah, and she really was drunk.
So do y'all think that was do y'all think that disagreement was Ashley's fault or Gizelle's fault?
Which one?
I mean, it was
because when they were at the pool, Ascala asked or told Gizelle, you started this mess. And then she said, no, I'm getting all the blame for it, but I didn't start it. Ashley started. Do we know? Did she have Ashley go and say something?
I heard her say that, but I thought she said Skylar kind of flip-flopped on me there. Because when she said, no, I didn't. And she said, oh, yeah, well, no, you didn't. And then she said, Ashley did. She was like, well, yeah. She flipped on her. This is the thing. I don't think that it's anybody's blame. I do think that Gizelle should have taken that directly to Wendy. I don't argue that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I also think that Gizelle is trying to keep Ashley's job. I really do believe that. I really do believe that she's trying to keep her in the loop and add a little, because I believe that you can't have 2 seasons the way that she has. And even though last year she did have more of a profound footprint, this season she doesn't.
Because she just had the baby. Like it's brand new. Yeah. But I think they're going to come in hot at the end. Her and Michael, they come in hot when they need to. So I think Ashley's going to be all right. But Ashley and Gizelle and Robyn, and they are all really good friends. I think Gizelle is good friends with almost everybody individually. And then she brings them all together. Yeah. But so let's get to
the dinner.
But to answer the question, Gizelle was wrong for that. But I don't think she had any ill intention. Because I've seen her with ill intentions. That wasn't ill intentions.
Oh, not enough for the sexual predators. Okay.
And if you notice, she doesn't even talk about it, at least thus far, even in her confessionals. Did y'all notice that?
Gizelle?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hadn't said yet.
She doesn't even talk about it in her confessionals. It's almost the opposite of what happened last season. Because if y'all remember, they didn't talk about that rumor the whole season interacting with one another as girls. They only talked about it in the confessionals, which are filmed halfway. The first confessional wasn't even filmed until after the fight.
Yeah.
So I knew why they had to talk about the rumor in the confessional. Because they wouldn't allow it in the dialogue. And it's just the opposite now. Gizelle's probably refusing to talk about it in the because they asked her,
and I think they do ask them stuff and they can refuse to answer.
Yeah, that's how I said. That's why I say about Karen all the time. You pick and choose what what information you're going to give them. You take them on a direction. She's taking them on this Gizelle direction because she thinks it's good for her. So for a group of people, it is because people don't like Gizelle.
And that's good people to get on your side. The people who love to hate Gizelle on your side.
One of the things that I don't know how you all feel about this, because we kind of talked about it because it's not colorism, but I do think that it is it's okay to beat up on the light-skinned girl.
It's bad.
It's okay. Like, it's almost like she deserves it. In a lot of people's head, they think it's okay because the dark-skinned black girl, we gonna come to the defense of. Nobody's. If y'all notice, I think one of y'all mentioned it.
I did because
even when they insult her, they talk about her
and they always start up with them light, green eyed, such and such. And then one guy was, I think I need to find the one that I put. There's like, they trying to pass the paper bag test. And I mean, they just say so many, and they started the sentences off talking about them, about their color. Mm-hmm. But if they did that to Wendy and said that dark skin, would lip their lids.
Right.
And so I don't understand why it's okay. And
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm going against some of those people in the groups. Like, why do you always have to say something about their eye color? Why do you always have to say something about their skin color? Like, it's not about that, because Potomac, really, they treat everybody bad. Each other bad. It don't matter what color you are.
Haters. That's true, but a lot of the blogs are really putting heat on them for being the two mean girls, the two light skinned girls that don't want to let in the brown skinned girls, and I don't believe any of that. I don't see it that way, especially Gizelle's beautiful daughters.
That's what I said.
And not just that, in real time, Gizelle was friends with Wendy. In real time, yes. Gizelle is friends with Candace.
Remember,
in real time.
You remember who said they didn't think that Wendy looked good for the show?
That was Karen.
It was not Gizelle.
That was Karen.
Right.
She said that she doesn't. What was the exact verbiage? It wasn't that she didn't look good. She said she doesn't fit, or it was something like that. That was clearly, like, oh my God, are they just gonna gloss over that? And then she made made a compliment to her as if, but she fits in just fine or something, and they just glossed over it like she didn't say the most insulting thing that you could say to her.
Right.
Because she always said she is too dark and ugly.
Here's one of the things I hope is showing up where they said the green-eyed bandits are jealous. They think their light skin makes them better than everybody, but don't have a man. Like, it's that kind of stuff that's just in almost all the groups. And they just always have something to say about their skin color. So do y'all feel like it is colorism in Potomac? I think it's amongst
That's not considered colorism, no. Do you know that?
But
because it's the lighter part?
Yeah, it's not considered colorism.
Shouldn't it be, though?
Because historically, it's about privilege. It's about it's not the opposite. I agree. That's not considered colorism, no. Dark-skinned people having some kind of feelings against lighter-skinned people is not considered colorism.
What is it considered?
I don't prejudice. I don't know.
It could be prejudging somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard some bloggers really go in on them. I've heard some bloggers go in, and it's all about them being like,
if you Google
privilege, then it's been sad to me. I mean, y'all saw me venting yesterday in the message.
Yeah, that was why we were thinking about doing a show just on like colorism, body image, because that could go with Wendy, colorism. That could go with K. Michelle with the body image and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And maybe we will do a show one day. So light-skinned people have something against dark. I don't agree with that.
It's the same way. I just don't think so. I'm not saying that there aren't individual people where that would be true. We know that. We've heard ignorant comments of there are some black men, black boys that are very vocal about only dating light-skinned women. We know that. Those are people that are suffering definitely with colorism. We understand that we say things all the time dark is considered masculine.
Yeah.
And light is considered feminine. And even on the men's side, we call a man, a light-skinned man, you pretty,
you got curly hair.
So.
But that's not even just in our community, but that's in like Bollywood, that's in like the Hispanic cultures, like anybody who has color, Asian people, if your skin is lighter. Because I was watching something about Bollywood and they said the men can be dark, but the women cannot.
Yeah.
In Bollywood films. And so
like they have control over that. Like they have control over, how I'm going to be born light or dark. Will I get to be an actress based on that?
Off of that. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
I've been on the end of colorism, and that's facts. On what end, Latoria?
What do you mean?
Like,
but I mean, you know that where this comes from. It comes from them separating us by you're in the house, you're on the porch, you're in the field. So, it just depended on your skin color. And so people in the house kind of feel like, oh, I'm in the house, so I'm better than you. And the people outside was like, oh, they think they're better than us because they're in the house. And so it stems from that. And we still are living that, which is really sad.
But it's crazy because as women, Black women, a lot of times we see things on a different angle, depending on what, I guess, your skin tone. If you're a brown skin, I think all three of us would be considered brown skin.
Yeah.
But that whole masculinity thing, we do the same thing with men. That there is you soft. You
really?
Yes.
Like, because I put cheek on the boy, I just wanted to, honey, he could lick me up and down.
He is
younger, okay? He is a man. Do you hear me? Okay. He done been to jail. He got tattoos. I went to go see him in concert. Do you hear me? It's fine, okay? Don't you talk about Chico? Okay, let's move on.
I was too dark and too big for a position that I had to be in 10 years experience. A light-skinned girl who didn't even have a degree. 2 years.
No, ma'am. Pam.
See, and that is a lot of, that just makes me so angry. It makes me angry.
I can believe it.
The bloggers are out there talking about how bad Gizelle and them are going in on Wendy and going in on all the brown skinned girls, and then they get to using some of the most foul language toward them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how, you're kind of reversing everything. How is that making anything better the way you're talking about them?
Because Joy said
the only person she's beefing with is Wendy.
Right.
Are they trying to say bring up Monique? Because that was just a foul situation from the jump.
And nobody else but Wendy. And I don't think she would be beefing with Wendy if Wendy didn't react the way she did.
I 100% agree. Right. You can't sit up here and say that in this particular case, Gizelle may have been a whole bunch of wrong with how the situation was presented to Wendy, but Wendy's reaction was very, very clear. Right. She never liked Gizelle or Robyn.
And Robyn called her out on that. Robyn said
she never liked them.
Robyn said, you spoke that too quickly. You must have some real feelings in there. I really prefer a lighter brown or light
I like any kind of man. If you a man,
what's your skin? It would consider how dark you are though.
Because Gizelle likes really dark men.
I was just going to say the opposite ends attract. So light-skinned women tend to, this is so stereotypical.
It's the truth.
Tend to like darker guys.
I like everybody.
You know what?
My grandmother literally was born with blonde hair, like literally, not figuratively, like literally. She said one of the having a conversation with her many, many moons ago. She said that when she was she knew she was gonna marry somebody dark because her children had to be darker. The things that she experienced, she did not want them to.
Wow.
So she married my grandmother.
My grandmother the same way.
Dark man.
Yeah. My grandmother was very dark. My granddaddy was lighter. Yeah. I mean, it just. But I like all of them. I don't care what you do.
And there's an argument that there are a lot of light men. I'm really your complaint. Okay. I never did have a type.
I don't have a type.
I have dated lightest of the light to the darkest of the berry.
Too, honey.
I've never had. I never had.
If you find, you find.
Yeah, I always have been attracted to dark skin, and it's so weird because I remember when my mother passed away, and a lot of friends of mine that came to the services, and then a couple days later after services, one of the guys said to me, he said, "Okay, I see why you like dark skinned men because your mother was so dark skinned." And I thought, well, would that be why? I don't know, but my mother was. My mother was very dark skinned.
Man.
And my dad's by. But yeah, he said, is that why you're attracted to dark skin?
Okay. I was married to a white man for 17 years.
Oh, were you? I dated a couple once. Didn't last too long.
Okay.
I don't like dark skin. Ooh, babe.
I do.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you,
man, they too little for me. I'm a little too thick.
I'm so sick in the head. it is something about the thought of the darker the man is, the untouched he is. And I'm untouched by the white man. I ain't gonna lie. Yes.
I got what you mean.
I always think that they're closer to God.
The darker the man is,
because they say the darker the beard is, you just he's closer to Africa.
Well, I can definitely respect your opinion, but I'm just gonna tell you now, my okay, I'm just gonna shut up.
And not in your experience. He wasn't closer to God.
Not gonna come out right.
My point is, I've liked every spectrum of the rainbow. I'm gonna do a Whoopi Goldberg. I like who like me.
I've dated somebody of every complexion. I married dark, but I've dated white, and I've dated. I married dark, and I will say that. Yeah, I'm just gonna shut up though.
But ain't nothing wrong with
Idris Eddie.
I'm with light now, but it's
will we ever be able to get around this?
I don't think
will we be able to get around this? I mean, why
on this tutorial?
Probably not, because up until Monique popped in, well, she came in second season. This was a light-skinned cast.
With Sharice?
No, Sharice was You're right. And Sharice started off being the face.
Was really the face,
yeah. And Katie was light.
I forgot about Sharice, yeah.
And Katie's mother
was dark with the afro, yeah.
And
her dad is white or Jewish or something.
Katie's, because she was like, y'all look more mixed than me, and Gizelle was like, we ain't mixed.
Yeah,
we are black. Okay, they would fight you for that. But anyway, okay. So, let's get on to the Last Supper. So, do you think Wendy really apologized to Robyn?
Robyn? No. And allegedly, they didn't air where Gizelle apologized to.
Gizelle said she apologized to Wendy,
and Karen didn't deny it. They just didn't air it.
Yeah.
Will that come up? I mean, or do we know how they are today? Are they friends today?
No,
not from them. After show, they were so dirty and dark. I didn't even save them. I was gonna share them, and I was like, this is too much. They're just so nasty.
What?
Just after shows, which is so nasty.
I watched
them, but I didn't share any of them. I had them. If y'all want them, y'all can share. I just didn't. I couldn't do it. They were just so dark and dirty, and just even Candace to me was going in on some stuff, and I was just like, this cast just seems too.
Well, Candace, they said one of the things that they cut out of this scene was Candace at some point. Remember, they're all drunk.
Right.
She was crying and she left the room because she last year, and none of that stuff made the blogs, other than them saying that a lot of that stuff wasn't true. Matter of fact, so Candace feels like the blogs tortured her.
Yes.
Doing that Monique stuff. And
they did.
And she did not like that anything that a blog could have printed or whatever should have made it on the show. Why are we giving what a blog says life?
Right.
She said that her crying and going into the kitchen, that's what Ashley was coming in on the tail end of.
Oh, okay.
So that's why she appeared so upset.
I wonder.
She had left the room. She had actually left the room. Yeah, that was on the chat room. Yeah, she had actually left the room. And because she was really upset about that, she didn't know what it was. But it went on for a while. She said a long while.
She said that she was like, I wanted to kill myself for the blog. I mean, like if you watched her little live she had, which was very long, so I couldn't watch it all. She really went into what was cut on the thing. But she did say that.
Agree, though?
What?
Do y'all think that the blog stuff should end up on the show?
They always do. I mean,
they always do.
They always.
Let's be crystal.
Oh, where did that? I mean, I didn't even do that.
If something happened with Jamal and he had a baby or some old scandal came up in his church, you telling me they not gonna mention it? You telling me that if Ray was arrested, that we wouldn't hear about it? Come on. The reality is, I don't like blogs that make up stuff or create narratives. And I do wonder, are they creating a narrative? I don't know where this whole Eddie rumor comes from. But again, if you read the article, nobody walked away with this is probably true.
No, everybody said it was false.
In the same article, it also was talking about her in-laws, Eddie's family, that said that Wendy's bloodline was cursed. Mm-hmm. Nobody took that serious. Like, nobody who read that article, because I read it.
I didn't read it all.
And that they are $1 million in debt. It's probably some truth to them always renting and only deciding to buy a house because the show was looking at them, that house was fairly new, and that's why they had to move so far out. That was an article.
Oh, so this house they're in now is the first house they've owned?
That's what they're claiming, that this is the very first house that they've owned.
But they did have a lot of student loans, I'm sure.
They were so boggled up in debt that they could, and allegedly it's too long. I don't know. I don't know if you had to, as Quad say, borrow, beg, and steal.
Yeah.
Loan. It don't matter. It's yours.
It's your loan. And if you're paying it monthly, they ain't
paying every month, it's yours.
Amen.
So, I mean, it was something else.
In the blogs to get back in Wendy. Oh, you think Monique? Well, it was in the T blog, which, I won't name them. It was in one of the blogs that she's affiliated with. And so, could be. I don't know.
Keep going. In the blog, they're saying that the person who leaked that information was a former Potomac castmate, not current.
Allegedly.
It was a whole thing. And they actually said it's a form. Somebody said it's probably Gizelle or Robyn. And he said, oh no, this is a former person.
Yeah.
And this was the blog that was making it clear.
So, I mean, I just feel like Wendy did overreact, but I mean, I don't know how you are about your husband. If somebody said your husband cheating on you, I would not react that way, but that's just me. But who was that?
I wouldn't either.
Okay.
I'm gonna just bring it up with the husband.
Somebody told me that I would say my mama's favorite to say it. They a killer. If you can get them, knock yourself out. You'll bring them back before Tuesday.
I always say, honey, I can't shake off nothing that can't land on me, and your shit didn't land on me. So therefore, you can kiss my ass. Like, I ain't gonna let you stick to me. You can't shake off nothing that can't hurt you. So Wendy needs to shake the crap off and let it go. In the words of Elsa, she's the best person in the world to listen to at this moment. Wendy, let it go. Right now, because it's too much. It's just too much.
And what's up with Mia? She's so funny to me. I don't even know why.
Wants to know why can't people who are no longer the show go away? I think they get paid sometimes, don't they?
What'd she say?
Why can't people who are no longer on the show go away?
I think because I don't think that, generally speaking, they do. I think Monique did a really good job of pulling people in last season.
Oh, wow.
I really do believe it. I really do believe it, because nobody is held on to any of the housewife shows that I've met more than they do Monique.
They want her back.
And I think and I don't think she's coming back because her argument is her issue with production. No, it wasn't about the check. She claimed that's the reason why
it was just a little check.
She didn't do that one show, the All-Star show, offered her, because it was a production issue with her. That's what she didn't like how production did her.
That's what she said. I just really feel like Monique, which name is close to mine, but I got a T, so I'm not her. She brought in the Love and Hip Hop group, and they have infiltrated Potomac. And I think they are some of the ones who are putting some of this crazy stuff. Because someone be like, they should have beat Gizelle up. If I would have been Wendy, I would have fought her. And I'm sitting here like, sis, why every time you mention it, somebody got to fight? Like, what world do you live in where everybody's got to throw hands? I don't understand. This ain't your show. Leave. I would rather them not have 1 million views if they're going to have people like you. Like, we do not need to see people fight all the time. It's just ridiculous.
And these are women of a certain age.
Right.
Like the youngest person is Ashley. And Ashley's, I think, 33 or 34. Because actually, Candace is older than her.
Is Candace older than her?
Yeah, Candace is older than her.
Oh.
A little bitty.
Let me make sure, but I'm almost positive she is.
I know they're close. And then Wendy's next. She's like 36, maybe 35, 36. And then it's Robyn, then Gizelle, then Karen.
Oh, okay. Candace is 34. Let me see how old.
It's Ashley. Yes, the project. And ain't nothing wrong. I give me a project chick. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all. But you just cannot always want.
Oh, she's 33. Mm-hmm.
Ashley is. So she's young.
So she is the youngest.
You could be a hood rat chick. I don't care. I mean, we can all get along, but you don't always got to fight. Like that's just ridiculous.
I agree.
And it's sad that adult women, especially adult Black women, think that that's the place that you go first. Like you don't. It's no thinking involved. Like you do realize that a person that fights isn't thinking.
No,
they're putting their emotions behind their hands. Right. That is the person that's saying, I can't figure out how to hurt you with my words.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to hurt you with my fists.
Your vocabulary is limited. Basically. Yes, very limited.
And that's it. That's it right there. The limited vocabulary. I think about some of the bullying I hear about. My daughter's in the 7th grade now, but in elementary, some of the bullying you hear about. And how do these kids saying that stuff? It's because they're hearing it at home.
They're hearing it at home. It's really sad.
It's just gonna keep going and going and going if they're not.
Well, I do wish the Love and Hip Hop crew would get away because we don't want them fighting all the time. I feel like Potomac has some of some good shade. I think Atlanta does too. And so does Beverly Hills, and so does New Jersey. OC really don't have it, but they could this season. I don't know, but they can do it with their words. And you'd be like, I would be hollering sometime. Like, no, when I watched that Potomac mid-season trailer, I hollered like 4 times. My dog looked at me like, "Girl, what's wrong with you?" Because it was so good with just what they were saying to each other. You
like what?
When Mia said,
"Oh, come get my pimp."
She said, "Pimp, where you at?"
The hole's right here.
No.
That kind of
plays out.
That kind of stuff is just funny to me. Like, you do not have, and Mia has learned that. She wasn't like Monique and had to fight. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn this on you." You know what I mean? You can call me all kind of hoes,
funny
lady of the night, whatever you want to call me. I'm gonna lie about it, then I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna lie again, and ain't nobody mad about it. But okay, so let's get on me. Let's get on Mia lying since we want to talk about her.
Ooh, child.
So they in the car.
And then she said, I could have sworn I heard her say the B word. I'm like, Mia, all I could do was laugh. That was hilarious to me.
That Gizelle
but
said.
You know what? That was her interpretation of what Gizelle said. Like, for real. Like, in her head, she wasn't lying.
But and that's also what she told Wendy. She told Wendy or something like that. But yet Wendy came back and said, why'd you call me a weak B? And, so Mia said to her, she said something like that. Not those specifics.
So Mia said, I don't even know if she said the word B. So how can you just bring that out? Like, she was in the car and she was for sure. Like, she called you a weak bitch. When she just said that, which I guess if you want to say somebody crumbling, I don't think if you crumble, that makes you weak all the time. Maybe you weak at that moment. So weak may have been an okay word to use, but I don't think the B word was that. But Portia on what's the chat room was like, well, maybe it was the way you said it, like she was a B. And Gizelle said maybe it was, but I didn't say the word. So do y'all feel like Gizelle said it in that way?
I don't think she was calling. Well, I mean, she was calling her weak. Right. I don't know about. I mean, she's right though. Like that's something that don't nobody want to address. that she went to a very ugly place very quickly. And wouldn't even hear. But that's what she does. She talks over. Like it was a cop. That's what she does. That's why I don't blame Gizelle. I would have started drinking a cocktail too.
But Gizelle was like, I want you to know, I'm not CNN. I'm not Don Leary. Who she say? Right. Her name, all these people. Like, we don't have to go back and forth like you do when you on with them. I'm just your friend. I'm just Gizelle. We are not in the war here. We are not debating. Right. And I think Wendy is always on the debate and the fight.
But I think that she wants to be right. You can't correct her. You can't. She's already shown one of the things. That's the reason why Gizelle didn't say anything to her when she says, "I get it. I can't say nothing to you. I can't. You can't take it. Like she can't take it. Maybe she could take it off camera, but she can't take it. Like Wendy can't take it. She just can't. She's above correction."
And those girls say stuff to each other on the show, and it's like, and then they cool like 5 minutes later. Even on like New Jersey, Beverly Hills, like they will go at it, and then later they like, okay, let's move on. We gonna grow from here. We gonna move on. But Wendy is still heated. Like I don't know if she gonna be able to move on. And you cannot be on reality TV if you don't move on. So you think she called her that?
I don't trust the jail. She will call you.
Well, she will call you one. She called Karen one.
I mean, but the difference between Gizelle is you could say that you called me there, and she'll say, "Yeah, you are."
And so, but she
what you said to me was all the things that she said to Gizelle. Gizelle would have had a right to call her that. Like you gonna do all of that because somebody say your husband about a bullcrap blog. Nobody believed that blog. I didn't even believe it.
Nobody did. Well, she was like,
it was stupid on its face.
I hated that she said that about how do you bring him around your daughter, and I was just like, why would you say that stuff, Wendy?
You can't, and I'm sorry, you can't come back from there. And what I think happened is, in the moment when Gizelle and them, all of them was drinking, they probably sat on there. She thought about that. And somebody mentioned something. She's like, did she say that? Right. She said that? Yeah. Oh. That probably you sometimes when you're in the middle of something, you don't really hear stuff. And that's what I was gonna say. And the way that they showed all the stuff that Wendy was saying, I thought Wendy was saying all of that to Gizelle when she was saying you don't even have a relationship to care about. I thought she was talking to
Gizelle. But she was talking to Robyn.
She was talking, but they didn't make that clear.
Yeah.
Because Robyn at some point she was so drunk, she wasn't even paying no attention. And then she was like, it was weird. But you would think all of that venom was I thought it was for Gizelle. It wasn't.
No, and it was for Robyn.
None of it was for Ashley. That was so weird.
Ashley said that Robyn in that interview, not Robyn, Wendy does not talk to her. She's not open to communication. She said that she's still not at this point open to communication. So she's mad at them. I mean, like she won't talk to them. But
Wendy
if you think
said,
about it, go ahead.
Wendy said to Gizelle, I feel vindicated.
That's what I was about to go to. Kelly, you feel me?
And when she said that, though, I thought, so, I mean, she's almost admitting that she thinks something has happened or something has happened. You feel vindicated from what?
Who says vindicated? I'm sorry.
Wendy.
Wendy remember, she was like, I got his last name. He comes home to me every night. And then that way I'm vindicated. And Gizelle said, vindicated for what?
And then she said, nothing you say, yes.
You did
she said, nothing you say matters, Gizelle, something like that. And Giselle's like, okay, I agree. I know.
But I feel like I told, and I have put this on certain places. You do not try to belittle single and divorced women. I'm gonna tell you, it's called the Megan King Edmonds effect. Go watch the OC when Megan King Edmonds tried to belittle those women for being single and divorced, and Vicky told her, in 5 years you're gonna be divorced, and in 5 years to the day. Her husband cheated on her with the nanny, and they got divorced.
Yeah, I don't make fun of women that's just been cheated on in general, because you don't have control over somebody else's behavior.
Right.
And
that's almost why I wish that Wendy would stop talking about it.
And then half the viewers, which I mean, probably done been cheated on. So you are sitting and that, but
That's
they praise it.
yeah.
And they praising it though because it's against Gizelle. But I'm like, you, and I put this somewhere. You got, if it wasn't you, you got a mama, or you got a family member, a cousin, a friend, or somebody who done keep going back to the same dude all the time, and you just like why? Right. It happens. You can't help who you love, but and if you're trying to make it work with the father of your children, them Kardashians been doing it for years. I mean,
girl, they say that part. Who was that one? Who was that one who she begging for his? Yeah, that's who it is. Chloe.
Oh yeah. Well, look, Kim and Kanye, they about to drive back to their little love romance according to the blog.
Drive back right to you. Okay, what did Candace say about the
right home to you?
Yes, honey, I was rolling because Candace was like, "Drive back" is the theme song. This is what she said, y'all. I put
it. That's funny.
She said she done drove back to Chris, which they didn't put this on here. Robyn done drove back to Juan. Gizelle went to Jamal. Karen stayed going to Ray. And Ashley Child, listen, her car perpetually in reverse. She keep going. Candace is good with her words, y'all. I was like, I love it.
And see, that's what she's good at.
I think Gizelle did.
Goes dark too quick.
I think Gizelle and her dad. I'm trying to think. Was it on Reasonably Shade? I can't remember what she said it on.
That's her daddy for that apology sheet.
But she talked to her dad about it, and
her dad just said the difference between her father. Her father was in one episode, and he said, "I don't think it's a good look for her. That dude got babies all over. He got 5, 6 baby mamas all over the place. That's not a good look for her." Yeah. That's what her father said. Karen didn't say that. Karen talked about her in every confessional all season. You can't compare the two.
Yeah.
And I mean, her dad, and I think her and her dad did have a conversation about it, and she was like,
he did. She said they did.
Talked about it, but I don't think they did that on camera.
No.
But I don't know. But I mean, and I'm going to tell you this, when you have a daddy or a brother or something, they gonna be real with you. And that's why I said, when people's like, they excuse Ray for what he said to Gizelle, I said, he ain't her daddy or her brother. Now you might can hear, and I don't want to hear that from them, but you might can hear that from them, maybe.
I keep telling y'all, Gizelle helped Ray. Y'all are tripping. And I'm only gonna say it just like this. When that season started, that information was in I believe the New York Times or the New York Post, New York Times, I think. They had to talk about it. Giselle took all the out of that. Nobody even knows how much Ray owes or how they were going to deal with that. Nobody talks about, although they did move out of their house in the middle of the night because they had to sell it because the IRS was going to take it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that never hardly was glossed over because the only thing people remember about his bankruptcy is some stupid t-shirts Gizelle made. She said they had to talk about it.
Karen will never acknowledge that was in any way helpful.
Well, I'm sure she's not, but it was. It was extremely helpful.
It did, because nobody, I mean, even to this day, they don't talk about the taxes, but they will bring up that t-shirt on every argument that there is. You could be talking about Gizelle and season 2 stuff will come up, and I'm just like, can they just move to what she doing now?
Yeah, like those stupid t-shirts really saved Ray. Nobody combed through his finances. In the New York Post or New York Times, whatever it was, they were specific about his debt. Like, he hasn't even paid off their debt. I can't like, it's still an ongoing thing. Karen just made the big deposit so they can start making payments.
Okay, so Tori just said tearing down G is what Gizelle does. So I got this from another post. I don't know where.
G is what Karen does?
Tearing down women is what Gizelle does. So let me go here, because somebody says Gizelle starts stuff let me do this. Somebody says Gizelle starts stuff every season. So I got this from somebody. I don't know who. But the first rumor and blogs were brought up by Ashley about Juan cheating and them being broke. Karen brought up the rumor about Sharice being with the firefighter. Sharice started the rumor about Karen having a boyfriend. Ashley brought the rumor about Karen and Blue Eyes. Ashley did the DWI rumor on Monique. Monique brought Sherman's wife on the show to hurt Gizelle. Andy brought up Michael groping production at the thing. Candace brought up Michael at the stripper club. Gizelle brought up Monique and Sharice with the trainer. Karen brought up Jamal rumors on the show. Monique read old blogs. Gizelle brought up Eddie. They have all done something.
Who had time to go look?
I don't know, girl, but I screenshot it.
I saw that in the blog, and I was like, whoever she is, she didn't just watch this series.
Good, okay, and
she's right.
They all do something.
Oh yeah,
but you got to. You have to. If you don't, you're going to get fired.
But you know who name one really said and who they say is boring?
Who?
Robyn. He don't need to be on the show. Robyn don't bring none to the show.
Oh, Robyn,
only name? Nope, I don't even think I read. But see that, but they mad. They don't like her because she boring. But she ain't brought none on the show, so she need to go. So which one do you want? Do you want the drama or do you not?
Yeah, Robyn is full of crap. Like I hate Kenya. I can't be clear to you. She is the only person. Yes, I cannot stand her. That girl is some kind of evil, in my opinion. But I would never.
We are not talking about Dancing with the Stars. Gone with the
Wind. I never would deny that she's not good for TV. I would never deny it.
Okay.
I would never, of all the people, when we were talking about who needs to go out of that franchise, I always have been clear that the only two that should stand, and possibly three, have been Kenya, Portia, and Drew.
Yeah.
I've never said that Kenya should not be on this show because somebody has to be messy. Somebody has to play the villain, and she's the villain.
And that's why Dallas is canceled, because they got rid of their villain. Leanne was the craziest help I ever seen in my life. But when I say them first 3 seasons, I binge watched because she was on there and she was crazy. But when she left, I stopped watching. It was nothing that I wanted to see. So
it's just like
have that person.
Take this like this. Imagine this season that we're watching right now without Gizelle.
Oh, it wouldn't be nothing.
I want to let all the aside. What would we be watching this season? What would we be talking about? If Gizelle hadn't if Gizelle wasn't in this season, what would we be talking about? Let's take it a step further. If Gizelle wasn't in last season, what would we have been talking about?
Maybe the fight. But this season would be Surrey County Key to the City. Mia maybe being a stripper.
It's just, you have to have a person there that understands the assignment and is going to execute. And Gizelle executes. Now, it would be, I love these. She was like,
we need her. We need Gizelle. And I always like Gizelle. I like Kenya. I don't know why, but I tend to like those people, even though I'm not those, I wouldn't be the bone carrier of the show probably. I would probably be the Robyn in the city.
I want that
and what's the old girl named? Cherie was not a good bone carrier. Now that's boring.
Sheree? Are you talking about Sheree?
Yeah, Sheree. Yeah, if they bring her back to the show, that girl had been fired twice because she got good. You gonna try it for a third time?
Wendy's business ain't new. Karen stole Wendy's business.
Oh,
but they don't even like Candace. They would be like, she can't sing. Candace,
their ratings would be about 0.6.
Yeah.
If you think that was a running a winner, that would be the ratings would be about 0.6.
We do need Gizelle. And I really would like for maybe one season for Gizelle to do nothing. And then y'all be like, oh, she boring. She needs to get off the show. Then y'all gonna want the old Gizelle back. So just let her do what she do. The girls know how she is. They all faking except Wendy. Wendy really mad. But Karen ain't even really mad at Gizelle. Like none of them they are punking us. I want y'all to know this. They watching us right now in Karen's rented house in Potomac. Watching a movie, and we are sitting here arguing about them being mad at each other. I just want y'all to know that. Or they may be in Gizelle barn, as people call it. But they somewhere together drinking that drink, that them whiskeys that Candace bought because she said that she felt the food and had the mound, laughing at us for thinking they mad.
Yeah. Okay, ladies, I'm ready to learn. Hear y'all opinions about the voters' bill Wendy was speaking of.
Is that the one? I think this was in the past. Was this the one in Atlanta? Is this the bill? Which one was she talking about?
If you're talking about the one, it could be all those ones that them southern states have been pushing. Yeah. Texas has them. Georgia has them.
I didn't mean Atlanta, but Georgia.
Pennsylvania's had them. It's a whole bunch of voting rights bills that they have all over the South and some parts of the East.
The one in Atlanta got the most press.
No, the one in Texas got the most press.
About that, what happened in Texas?
Yeah, Texas. It's the one in Texas.
So what is that one? I just remember the one in Atlanta because maybe because I follow Jamal them.
The one in Georgia was weird to me. Like you can't give out water and
take them to the polls.
Yeah, you can't have polls to the polls where you can only have one Sunday a month or a season, and it was stuff like that. What needs to happen is the John they have two different bills, the SR1 I think it's called, and the John, who is the brother that just died?
Oh, on the knee.
John somebody.
The one of the knee one?
The one who
the one who's
Martin Luther King.
Oh, John Gray? Is that his name? No. John Gray's the preacher. Mm-hmm. Dang it.
I can't think of his name. He was the baby.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
In the civil rights movement. He was the radical. He was the one who boycott Christmas. I love it. When I read that 100 years ago. Instead of the bus boycott, he didn't want to do the bus boycott. He wanted to boycott Christmas. That's what he wanted to. He wanted to hurt the local community financially that way, instead of crippling the transportation services. Because y'all know some parts of Alabama never did recover from that. They never recovered.
So the way that you're talking about how it's hurting the Black community, I think the main thing is they have put the polling places in areas where they can't get to, and a lot of the Black community can't get there. And now they can't bust them there.
And they've gotten rid of some, and they're trying to take away mail-in voting and all of that. But both of those acts in Congress could supersede it. That's why they're hoping that Biden does the reconciliation. You know that they have so many of those, and they're hoping that he pushes through reconciliation, because you only need 51 votes in the Senate when you do that. And Kamala Harris could push it. And I don't understand for the life of me why this is not a big deal. Because if for no other reason, it's for their own survival.
So this is Texas is poll workers overseeing the vote, and if they don't like the way the vote goes, okay, so that's worse than
that was with certain states. They have they have that person that's over the commission. They could get rid of that person.
What?
Yeah, that's what they were doing in Georgia. You could literally get rid of that person, like they did, like Trump really wanted to do. When he called that guy on the phone and said, "Find them 11,000 votes."
Yeah,
he could have gotten rid of that person.
Oh,
so that's why I said they can reverse all of this with the SR1 or that other thing.
But
it should be. Yeah,
so this is happening because of what happened with the election that just passed. Right?
Right.
Okay. Who don't you like? You don't like Kamala? Antoinette?
I don't like her. Who?
That's what I'm trying to. I hope it ain't us. You love us, girl. What else did I have in my notes? I'm trying to think. Oh, I did have Karen Ain't Nobody Friend.
Yeah, we know.
Because she done stole that girl Candle business.
Check mine too. Robyn Paul.
Nah, but Candace.
John Lewis.
John Lewis. That's his name, because John Gray the preacher. Let's see. Yeah, she said Kamala is not good. I like Kamala.
And it's SR4. It's SR4.
It still has nothing to do with the electoral votes. Well, you have to. It does, because if the state, if they throw out more, say, Democrat votes, then the electoral votes will go to the Republican side. So
yeah, and in Georgia, that's what she was talking about. In Georgia, they are changing the commissioner in Fulton County, by the way. That's what we were talking about. And that's Atlanta's biggest, and that's really that county is what won the state of Georgia, because his argument was there are more people there were more votes there than people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was saying.
That's what he was trying to say.
But it still wasn't so many more that it would have hurt. Even if all those extra people were gone, they still would have won. Democrats probably still would have won. But I'm sure there's some ones that slip through the cracks in every election. I mean, it is a computer.
I mean, they recounted it 4 times.
They did.
I mean, how many times does it need to be counted?
It could have been some hanging chads, Joy. It could have been some hanging chads. We don't know.
They don't do those anymore. They don't even do those anymore.
They might need to. That would have went on and on.
I didn't know if he was gonna remember them chads.
But I remember them stupid things.
So let's see. Oh, so I'm trying to figure out if Wendy, because I'm on everybody's Instagram. So I'm trying to figure out who is friends with Wendy. Because if you look, when Gizelle and Candace and even Mia and Ashley and sometimes even Karen posts, all the girls will say something, to each other, like, congratulations, you look hot, da 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 da. But nobody but Candace compliments Wendy. And Drew Sidora. Now, Drew Sidora will compliment everybody. She on everybody post. She's trying to be very, very lively and very, very friendly with everybody. But if you go look, the only person who compliments Wendy on what she looks like and all that is
not even Karen?
Not even Karen.
Wow.
And so I was wondering, did they really have a falling out about the candles and they just didn't want to put it on the show because they want to act like they have this sisterhood to team up against Gizelle?
Well, if they did have a falling out about, she would have kept it off the TV, I bet, because Karen is she's the only person on the show she likes right now. That's not a new contestant or like it's a pageant.
Latoya, I'm independent. I am with you. I wish we could just have a whole new party. Because, if you go to other countries, they have more than 2 parties. They really do. We have just these 2-party system, and I don't think they work for everybody or anybody most of the time. So, now her candles probably stink. Now what? They got 3 wicks, so if they do stink, they cover a large area. Okay. Do y'all want?
What time is it? What time? Can you believe it's 7:15 already?
I think we're done. I don't have anything. We talked about Wendy's candles. Vindicated for what? The only thing I had was the mid-season trailer, and I think we talked about that. So is that everything? Do y'all have anything else? I don't.
Karen's confessional.
Girl. Smell like must scent, Old Spice and stuff.
Ooh. Wendy's. No, I'm looking at all my notes. We've hit on everything I had.
Yeah, a lot of.
Ashley had hemorrhoids. No, we can skip right over there.
She pooped on the table. I did not poop on the table. Thank God.
Look at
they say that's common.
Yeah, nothing else on here.
So you would rather buy Karen's candles than Wendy's?
Girl, I ain't buying none of their candles. The only candles I'm going to buy is at Bath and Body when they on sale.
I'm not going to buy too much more.
I don't buy candles anymore. I buy wax melts. They're safer. The fire department told me to do wax melts, and so therefore that's what I do. And I do the Febreze scent with Gain. Your whole house will smell very, very good. You can get them on Amazon. That's
Why
what
did the fire department tell you that?
Because when the wax, if it falls over, as soon as it hits something, it's going to turn hard. It's not going to catch on fire. If your candle falls, it can catch your house on fire. So, yeah. So I do wax melts. I don't even do candles. So if y'all come out with a wax melts line, I might help you.
Don't tell Karen.
Come on, Wendy, do a wax melt. No, Gizelle, do a wax melt line. I'm going to DM you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all got anything else? Joy, you got anything?
Mm-mm.
I'm done. Does anybody else have any more questions, ladies? If not, we're going to get off of here. Is Beverly Hills coming on Wednesday?
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. So so if it's really good, we'll go live Wednesday, y'all, at about the same time. Justina, we're so happy you were here. Come back and see us. And we do have where you people can join our panel. I know people are a little shy at work when we go on. You don't have to show your face. You can just have a little avatar that you can come on and speak your truth. And we like people who disagree with you. If you love Monique,
Candle.
Yeah.
She said she saved her brother out of a house fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are candles, yeah.
I don't do candles anymore. And that's just because of where I work. We, we have to, OSHA comes in, you can't have no candles, they'll come. So that's when I stopped using them. So I use wax melts. But the Febreze ones by Gang, y'all, they good. So y'all, I guess I need to tell y'all, follow us. We're growing and we appreciate everyone who loves us. But follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Chatter Up. I think our Twitter's Chat Her. Somebody already had Chatter Up. I don't know why, because they didn't even their name. But look us up, find us, share stuff with us, come talk with us. We love you all being here with us. And we hope you all enjoy us. If there's something you want to talk about, let us know. We'll talk about anything. As you can see, we talk about the voters bill, colorism, whatever. So we ain't never scared, okay?
They talked about hookah wands. We talked about
people, but we don't really talk about people's looks. We just kind of talk about their actions. We're not even about the everybody beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. Amen. All right. So y'all want to piece it out?
Peace.
Hey, Joy, where's your piece?
Peace. My nail broke. Oh.
Important stuff.
All right. Y'all be good too, though.
Bye, y'all.